Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero and welcome back to Breath of Tennis 2005 Crystal Drive. Today we're going to be taking on the semifinals of the Maximum Overkill doubles tournament with our doubles partner here, Oshi. He's been basically doing all the work for us in this tournament, considering that it is one of those tournaments where the other team is actually on hard, so I can't just kind of come on in with my special like this and get a point easily, even though I just did there. Come on, Sengoku, you're making me look bad. But yeah, usually I'm not able to do that. On top of all of that, okay, the gauges are maxed out, which is why you see Atabe constantly glowing, and oh fuck, we're gonna have to deal with this shit from Sengoku. Please get that over him. I really don't want to deal with this slow motion nonsense. Oh, thank you. That totally flubbed that. Oh, bounce again, bounce again. Oh, fuck. Maybe I can do one of these. Change the attack to C. Let's go back to A, maybe. Nope. Change back to A. Alright, well. There we go. At least that's over with. I don't mind having to play against Sengoku, even though he's one of my favorite characters, but I really hate that special lots. Especially when the computer decides to use it every 5 seconds, but alright. It's also pretty chaotic when it's in doubles play, just because things slow down and you don't really know what's going on, and you know, your teammate can do whatever the hell they want. They are unimpeded by the slowness, but you just end up getting caught in between the madness sometimes, which is kind of annoying. And that's his. Ooh, wow, okay, that was kind of wild. So Sengoku is supposed to be like lucky. Sengoku is supposed to be like really lucky, and he has a lob defense where if the ball goes over him and you use the special, what happens is that the ball just automatically goes out because of his ability. I don't know how that was a service is, but okay. It just automatically goes out because of his ability. But instead of letting it go out, thank God that was a lot. Oh, what the? Is it? Whoa, what? Okay, I'm so confused. Wow, so many things going on. So yeah, but it was super interesting because instead of letting it go out, Atabe went and swung in with the smash, which was kind of interesting. And then of course, you know, Oshi did his thing. I didn't know this was for like the whole point. So even if I got like I don't know if a fault would count to reset it, but when you gotta let the the cloning stays in effect. But then Atabe kind of has like a similar special to Oshi's cloning, not in the sense that he clones us, but he also just doesn't play and lets his doubles partner do all the work. But I think he actually gives his double partner like a little boost or something like that. I might be wrong about that. So it was kind of interesting that would have been like literally just Sengoku and I versus each other, since Oshi just stands there when this happens. But I think the point ended really quickly or something like that. I don't know. But in any case, let's see if we can hit the cross shot. Good job, Oshi. See if we can close these guys out relatively easy so I don't have to deal with Sengoku's slowness. Oh boy, there it is. Right on the money. And he's gonna clone us as well. Alright, so I can't even rely on Oshi's special. Or specials, period, actually. It's just gonna be me, period. Which, I mean, I guess this makes it a little bit easier. Damn. Unless he does the lob, then that kind of changes everything. Let's see if we can maybe hit the sneaky service ace. Nope. Oh, we did? Alright. Maybe the Oshi special threw off Sengoku's timing. That's fair. I'm not really sure how I'm getting these service aces. Kentaro's... Ooh, good shit, Oshi. Kentaro's power is not very high at all. Neither is his ball speed. All his stats are very mediocre. So it kind of made sense that they gave his partner Higashigata just really good stats, because he literally has to kind of carry the team. I've actually been having a pretty solid time here with Oshi. Things are going relatively really smooth. We're at, I think it's 4-zip. Had a couple of interesting moments, but Atawe and Sengoku are just not working together. Like, they're just not getting it together. I don't know what to tell you. I've one of these, huh? We did have another moment where we had a couple of moments where Atawe did his whole sit-down thing, and apparently that just increases Sengoku's speed, as does his like eye. The slowdown actually increases his speed as well. But that sucks. Thought it was there. The thing Atawe does increases his speed as well, because Sengoku only has really 4 speed, which is still pretty good. But ooh, no. Can't do anything about that. I couldn't even move. I just have to watch that happen. Yeah, he has 4 speed, which is pretty solid, but you know, all these specials keep bumping him up to 5, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I've been trying out a little bit of the Mario Tennis on Switch. Cause, you know, I just had a tennis itch, I guess, since for a couple of reasons. But I guess one of the reasons is just because I've started playing this again. Oh no, bitch. And that game is, you know, it's okay. I don't really like it because it's a little bit too, like, Mario-y. It's not enough tennis-y, which I am very excited that, one, they've announced that for the Nintendo Switch they're going to start releasing N64 games online. But also, 2, Mario Tennis 64 is one of those games. I think it's just called Mario Tennis. And that's next to this, you know, next to Princess Tennis, Tales of Five Crystal Drive. That is by far the best tennis game I've ever played in my entire life. So I'm very happy to be able to play that again. I've been wanting to do a playthrough of that on the channel. I was going to specifically do it after I beat this game in its like entirety. So whenever we do the movie for this, whenever I stream this and we're, you know, 6 seasons of the movie and whatnot, I'll probably give that a shot. But, so I was playing the Switch version, and the thing I don't like about the Switch version is that it's like Super Mario-y. It's like relying a lot on like the superpowers or whatever you want to call them, the gimmicks, in order to like make the game work. And Mario Tennis was always kind of like that, but you know, the one I really like, the Mario Tennis on 64, is nothing like that. There's really none of those sort of shenanigans. It's pretty much a raw, bare-bones tennis, which is really great. And it wasn't until like they actually won a game. Wow. It wasn't actually until like the GameCube ones, or well, maybe not even so much then. At least for mainstream ones, I guess, console ones, because the handheld ones were always, you know, a whole mess with the way they handled their specials and stuff, which was fine. But they kind of like bled into the main series games a little bit too much. Main series is, I don't know if that's, you know, an appropriate term, because you could probably argue that the handheld ones are more of a main series because they're like an actual series. They're like Power Tour or whatever they're called. And they have like a story and all that kind of jazz. It's really fun. Another thing I wanted to try and do on the channel at some point. But that being said, the Switch game actually has a simple mode which you can play, and instead of, you know, playing with all the like specials and doing all the crazy shenanigans, you can just play bare-bone basic tennis. And at first I was like, wow, that's great, that's awesome. But my main issue with that mode is, it might just be because I suck. You know, I'm fully able to admit that it is probably just because I suck and I don't play the game enough. But I feel like for the simple mode, it is almost too simple, to the point where actually winning a point is extremely difficult, because there's just not enough that you can actually do to win a point, unless you're like, you know, a big power player, you can hit the ball really hard. But that's just relying on stats, right? Other than that, there's not really anything I can do, you know? Drop shots against, like, you know, higher level and like humans, right? Drop shots and lobs, they don't really do enough. They're kind of neutered. You know, they don't really go as far or drop as low as you probably want them to be. And it kind of sucks. And you know, your slices don't really do anything. Your topspin doesn't really do much, to be honest. They just have different colors, and then you have your flat shot, which again doesn't really do anything. You have 3 different shots, 5 if you count the drop and the lob. But really, it's just a drop and a lob that have different properties, but they're just not like effective enough. Then the actual main shots you have, you know, your topspin, your slice, and your straight shot, they don't really make much of a difference, right? The slice is supposed to be a nice low cut, but it doesn't really do that. It goes slow, but that's about it. So I find it really hard to like find any sort of like dimension in that game, or at least that game mode, and do anything, because I kind of just feel like they put all their eggs into the main game with all these specials and whatnot, and they just offered the bare bones version, the simple version without the specials, but they didn't actually do any fine-tuning to it, and kind of just left it as is, which I don't think is a very good idea. But that being said, again, it's possible that I just suck. Maybe there's like the underground Mario, the Switch version, I don't remember the name, pro community, and there's like all the strats and all this stuff, and I'm just missing out, or whatever the case may be. I'm totally okay with admitting that if that's the case. But I just don't see it myself. The only thing I started seeing is that I was initially, you know, trying to hit like a lot of charge shots, because the Mario Tennis games, they have this sort of charge shot mechanic where before you hit the ball, you can kind of like move into place and then charge your shot and quote unquote hit it faster or harder or more effective. So you know, if you have topspin, it'll be a more effective topspin, etc. It doesn't really do much, and I realized that if you hit the ball instead, just as like if you play like normal tennis and you swing or press the button just as the ball is about to, you know, go to your racket or near you or your character or whatever, then you actually hit it a lot faster than you could with the whole charging up mechanic, which just kind of blew my mind. It's like, why was I wasting all this pomp and circumstance by trying to like charge and all this stuff, all this theatrics, when I just gotta hit it really quickly and it just goes even further and faster and better angles. But in any case, we took down here Sengoku and Atabe. We used a whole booty ton of specials, at least Oshi did. I not so much. And Sengoku and Atabe were actually matched, which is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that. But we're just gonna move on to the final round. Alright, let's go ahead and go into the final round, see who we're going to be matched up against with. Oh lord. Sanada makes a comeback here in Maximum Overkill. We just faced Sanada in the final round of, what was the name of this tournament that we just did? It wasn't Iron Bite, Ultimate Singles, that's what it was. Now he's back here again to beat our ass, but this time he's got Ryoma with him. This is going to be kind of interesting. Ryoma's kind of a pain in the ass in this mode, because he has a lot of specials that he can use. I'm pretty sure in the entire game, obviously considering he's the main character, he has the most specials. And they kind of balance him out pretty well in that his stats aren't like amazing. He obviously hasn't, his power isn't very good, which it shouldn't be. It's not very good in the series. And he has really bad grip, which, you know, is a thing in this game. So that's good, but Kenta over here is really not going to be able to make use of any of that, so we'll see what happens. At the very least I don't have to deal with slowdown. Oh boy, here comes a drive, I think that was. That's unfortunate. We're getting squashed here. Let's see if Oshi can carry us a little bit harder. Oof. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Alright. Let's see if we can try and break their serve here. Alright, Oshi. He's like, nah, man, we're fucking doing this shit. It's like, alright, man, damn, relax. I was trying my hardest, but alright, man, damn, I'll try harder. Should be fine, even if he does the twist serve. It's not very, you know, strong. Ooh, cool drive is pretty bad. Oh, good shit. Cool drive is, you know, one of the coolest looking moves in this game, but it's impossible to return because it just rolls on the ground. Once it hits the ground, it's done. But, like, I think between him and oof, he hit it with so much wind that I was forced to hit a lot there. It's between him and what is? Oh wow! Oh, she actually couldn't return that. That's crazy. I've never seen a hard level computer not be able to return a serve. Oshi, no, not Oshi. What's his name? Tetsu that I really like from Furuhime. He has a really cool lob defense because it's just he smashes the shit and it just fucking obliterates off the ground. I love that shit. There's something cooler than fucking just smashing the living crap out of a tennis ball like that. It just fucking explodes that you can't even return it. Like that is by far in concept, Tetsu's lob defense is way better. The cool drive in concept, but in like how it actually looks in the game, cool drive looks really cool because of the way Ryoma kind of like flies over the screen. But that would just be like, oh man, imagine that you're playing tennis with someone and they just fucking smash the shit out of the ball that it just fucking evaporates. Touches the ground, it just straight up evaporates, bro. Oh shit, they got Underdog's their coach. Alright, and we're gonna do this song and dance. Alright. He really needs to not do this special right now, because we really need to rely on one Oshi and two our specials to actually be able to do anything here. And him doing this Shadow Clone Jutsu bullshit, it's not really helping us out a lot, I don't think. This one, which one's this one? Okay. He's got it, thank you, good shit. Let's switch over to A. Help this out a little bit better. What is this? I don't know what that was, but oh damn. Dang it. We're getting stomped out over here, my god. Did they not just fucking they did not just fucking double team us like that? Holy cow. Thankfully we managed to counter that. Good golly. That was a play and a half. Alright. Got confused for a second. I got still thrown off. I thought it was Oshi for a second, but no. We're good. We're good, and we're going to break their serve. That's what it's about. Come on, baby. Oh boy, alright, we're back. It is freaking 5-5. This is nothing compared to the last match we had against Sengoku and Adawe. Sanada and Ryoma here have been really kicking our ass. And it doesn't help that sometimes Oshi decides to do his dumb clone jutsu nonsense, which results in me having to play this all by myself. Which often isn't that big of a deal, except he removes my specials and I'm not using a very solid character in terms of like base stats. So in general, it's pretty rough. But we've managed to, what the fuck, for the most part, make it through. That was a crazy fast return there, but let's see if we can either win this game here, or not, or push this into a tiebreak. As I was saying before, I've gotten really sort of into playing tennis suddenly. I don't know if it was somewhat just because I've been playing print-up tennis, but part of that been sort of fueling that is my desire to actually play physical tennis again, like me actually play tennis physically. And I've stopped playing tennis for like a good while now. I think the last time I played was like the beginning of like season 5 or something like that. So it's been a good long while, and it hasn't been so much because I've wanted to. I've had to stop. One, didn't play most of last year because of the global pandemic. That kind of made it a little bit difficult just in order for me to actually see people, because I was at high risk, so it was kind of hard to just congregate with anyone, period, even if tennis is technically you socially distance away from people outside and whatever. It was kind of risky. But then recently my health has gotten so much more worse, to the point where I can't actually be doing any sort of like heavy physical activity such as playing tennis. So I just had to stop completely, which kind of sucks, because I was like, well, I guess I'll just never play tennis ever again. And it's might not be the case anymore, since it's not so much that my health has gotten better. I've talked about my health a lot before, but in summation, there's just a problem that I've been born with since birth, and the only real solution or out to this right now has always ever been just to get a kidney transplant. And it's looking like I will either A, get one, or B, I will end up going on dialysis or something like that. While B is dreadful, and I would do anything in my life to make sure that never happens, it does mean that I would be able to do physical activity again, technically. The main reason why I stopped doing any sort of physical activity is that the sort of measure of toxins in your body that your kidney is supposed to sort of regulate and clean up for you is called creatine, or creatinine, I think it is. One of those two. I always mix it up. One of them is like the toxic one, the other one's like the protein one. But my level of that is really, really high right now because, obviously my kidneys aren't working as well. And the issue with that is when you work out or do any physical activity, that actually increases your creatinine. Obviously, because there's a lot of waste and stuff being generated, and muscles being torn and all that kind of stuff, so it increases that, which is why I've had to stop. But in getting a new kidney, I won't have to worry about that, and also in getting dialysis, I possibly won't have to worry about that as much either. We are possibly going to lose this here, aren't we? Oh boy. Let's see if we can clinch these next couple of games here. Oh my god, Oshi, not now! This is the worst possible time for this shit! Come on, and then because he does this shit, and I can't do anything against it because it's automatically out! Oh my god. Alright, we are back. Jesus. I've had to go through this so many times just to try and beat these guys. This is so hard. And it was already hard to begin with, right? These guys weren't slouches or anything like that, but the fact that Oshi wants to, again, do this whole Shadow Clone Butsu thing is really making things really difficult. Because one of the main issues with it is that I can't use it in my specials, and when something like the Cool Drive comes in, or the I don't know what to call it, the weird fan move that Sama does, that all of our next hit after that is going to be a lob. The only way to really get through that is to hit it with a special, and I can't use my special if he makes a clone of us. And it makes things really difficult, and these guys are really hard to play against in general when there's only one of us, right? So him doing that just makes it so much more difficult than it really needs to. And the fact that I have absolutely no control over that, other than the only other thing I can do is change my tactics to the point where he just never uses specials, which is something that I sometimes do. But then he'll never use specials, and his specials are actually really useful and they actually get us through this game. I've been trying to use the straight shot a little bit more often than usual because it is hella fast and it hits hella hard. But the timing of it is a little bit tricky because you have to do it as soon as someone hits the ball, and then it'll go in. Otherwise, you're just gonna not do it and swing too early and then end up missing the ball, which is really crummy. Hopefully this goes in. There we go. So you can deuce things up here. I was trying to say before that post-transplant, since it seems like I might possibly be getting that pretty soon, I'm hoping to actually start playing tennis again. In general, I'm gonna have to like stay in shape and whatnot, and what better way to do that than playing tennis? And there's also apparently a sort of like Olympics or events or something like that, specifically for people who have undergone transplants. So it's like the Super Bowl or the Olympics or the World Cup or whatever of people that receive transplants. So I'm hoping to enter the tennis division for that. But finally, good lord, look at all those specials. 42. I bet you 40 of them were actually the clone thing. Oh man. Alright. Let's see each other at the end of the credits. Played apparently for like a whole hour, but we're actually gonna get Saiki, I believe this guy's name is. He is from the Red School. So great. Awesome. Totally worth it. Take care of yourself.